Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur, as she's called, and accused in the 2008 Malegaon blast case, is going to be contesting as the BJP candidate from Madhya Pradesh's Bhopal, where former Chief Minister Digvijaya Singh is the Congress candidate. Pragya is out on bail in the case. Speaking to reporters after the announcement, Pragya Thakur said that she would restore the dignity of saffron. In fact, Digvijaya Singh has been among the most vocal politicians in condemning what he called saffron terror. And even though the National Investigation Agency Court, the NIA court, has dropped charges under the very tough Makoka law against Pragya Thakur, she is being tried under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The case relates to the Malegaon blast, which took place in September of 2008. 2 bombs were fitted on a motorcycle. They exploded, killing 7 people and injuring over 100 in Maharashtra, in which Pragya Thakur is now currently out on bail and the trial is underway. She is a controversial figure in any case, known for her inflammatory comments and speeches, and has been associated with the ABVP and the women's wing of the VHP.
मुझे क्लीन चिट है, जो भी षड्यंत्र किए गए हैं वो षड्यंत्र अपनी जगह फेल हो गए हैं। अब तो जो कुछ भी चलाना है वो चलता रहेगा। हमारे धर्म, सनातन धर्म और भगवा को जो अपमानित किया है, जो उन्होंने भगवा को आतंकवाद और हिंदुत्व को आतंकवाद बोला है, वो उनका हमारे लिए एक वो मुद्दा रहेगा। मुद्दा नहीं, मैं भगवा को सम्मान दिलाकर रहूंगी। ये मेरा संकल्प है कि कोई भी देश के विरुद्ध बात करने वाला व्यक्ति सचेत हो जाए।
मैं साध्वी प्रज्ञा जी का भोपाल में स्वागत करता हूं। आशा करता हूं कि रमणीय शहर का शांत, शिक्षित और सभ्य वातावरण आपको पसंद आएगा। मैं मां नर्मदा से साध्वी जी के लिए प्रार्थना करता हूं और नर्मदा जी से आशीर्वाद मांगता हूं कि हम सब सत्य, अहिंसा और धर्म की राह पर चल सकें। नर्मदे हर।
Well, joining us here in the studio is senior lawyer Avi Singh, and also with us is senior journalist and author and visiting fellow with the Observer Research Foundation, Rashid Kidwai. And Rashid Kidwai, the first question really is to you. What is the message the BJP is sending by fielding Pragya Thakur today?
I think it's a very interesting development. It tells a story that they could not find a political person. Another Sadhvi with the name of Uma Bharti. She was keen, but and she has a proven track record. She has won from Bhopal parliamentary seat, but they have chosen because they want to maximize their gains by polarizing the polity in that in the region, not only in Bhopal but all around it. Remember, there's been an election, and in election Congress won, and Mr. Kamal Nath was hoping that Congress will get 10, 12, 15 Lok Sabha seats from Madhya Pradesh, where in 2004 it had won just 2 parliamentary seats out of 29. So this is a kind of background that they have fielded Sadhvi Pragya with a conscious intent to stoke this, what we call it as a Hindutva debate.
Well, Shantanu, what would you say to that? Because at the end of the day, Pragya Thakur is still an accused in a terror case. And here she is being fielded as a candidate of the BJP today in Bhopal.
See, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are on bail, and both are contesting election. So AC has norms to fight election, and anybody who follows this norm of age and whatever proprietary can file the election. That's number one. In recently concluded assembly election, in fact, BJP got more vote percentage than Congress. So it's a very neck to neck battle. Basically, see, the Bhopal seat fight is not a fight of 2 candidates. It's a fight of 2 ideologies. One ideology which purported a false narrative of Hindu terror, and one ideology, in fact, the candidate which is the victim of this Hindu terror, that how a female without any proper charge is taken, without any following proper judicial norms, police norms, were tortured. And if you see her testimony after she came out, they're like horrendous to even hear. Right? So it's a fight between 2 ideologies which is purported. And if you see RVS Mani's book, who was the undersecretary then, the book the Hindu terror insider account of the Home Ministry, he has written categorically, scene by scene, instant by instant, how the IS officer, IPS officer were threatened, cajoled, pressurized to create this story, and how Kasmi in Samjhauta Express and Bilal in Makkah Masjid were released, and almost a scripted movie script were written to coin this term of Hindu terror. In fact, when you're playing the bite, you should play the bite of Digvijay Singh when he's saying Hindu Atangwadi, when Shinde is saying Hindu Atangwad, when Chidambaram is saying Hindu Atangwad. So basically, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi have selected these people like Sidhu, like like Shinde, like Digvijay Singh, which they can't say themselves. They put this congressman and they say no, that's the individual, right? You can't even understand what is Congress then.
No, so just two quick questions there. One is, you talked about Rahul and Sonia Gandhi being out on bail. They're not being accused of terrorism, and there is a big difference there between what Pragya Thakur was arrested for and what she's on bail for, and the example you cited. And secondly, her trial is on. She is, facing the justice system. She's facing India's courts. And therefore, whether she's innocent or not will now be proven in the courts. So, is there a clear attempt, the question is, and I'll ask Avi Singh here in the studio about that as a lawyer as well, that this is an attempt, then to send out a message to polarize?
Well, if the question is to me, I won't speak on what the message is. I leave it to the political observers.
But it's a serious charge.
It's a very serious charge. You'll allow me a few minutes because there's a lot of things wrong with it. But for once, I have to agree with my good friend that it is legal. And that's an unfortunate part because it is an indictment of our entire criminal justice system. 6 people died, over 100 were injured more than 10 years ago. There has been an accused. Nobody has been found guilty. The premier investigative agency for terror has turned in a charge sheet which is directly contrary to the work being done by ATS. Now, of course, there's a lot of things about there was torture, etc. The man who's been accused of this, of course, can't answer the charges because he was killed in the Bombay attacks. Very good officer, Hemant Karkare, which I'm sure everybody would have heard of. Now, the question that comes up is, why has there been nobody found guilty of a terror attack more than 10 years later? What about the delay in the system? What about the rights of the victims? In 2 years, the cancellation of bail application has been pending for more than 2 years before the Honorable Supreme Court. Bail conditions. The bail was specifically because of medical conditions.
For her.
Now, obviously, she's fit enough to fight an election. Witness intimidation. What you did not mention in your introduction was that the candidate here has been acquitted of murdering a co-accused, and the trial judge, which the Madhya Pradesh government failed to appeal, said that the investigation both by the Madhya Pradesh police as well as the NIA was shoddy and designed to benefit the accused. This was Sunil Joshi, who was an co-accused in this case. So witness intimidation exists, at least prima facie, in this case, and it happened in Bhopal, this murder, which is where the candidacy is. The second is a special prosecutor from Malegaon came out and said that I've been getting calls to water down the charges.
Rohini.
And this has, of course, gone on, and it speaks about the need for prosecutorial independence, because one has to remember that the ATS said Makoka applies, the NIA said we're going to water down the charges, the NIA goes. Again, I'm not commenting on who's right and who's wrong. But also, what of our international commitments? We have signed the Convention Against Terror. We are accusing Pakistan specifically, rightfully so, for not living up to it. But now we have the Samjhauta Express, where everybody's been acquitted. In Malegaon, there is at least, everybody can connect the dots, an appearance of bias that the government which appoints the key accused as a member of parliament candidate has also watered down the charges against her a few years previously. So it leads to these things. And so somebody can throw these charges back at us and say, you are not either capable or willing to in fact investigate terror.
See, you've given us excellent perspective, because you're right, there's nothing illegal about her contest. She's legally allowed to contest an election. But I think there's a question, a moral question here about whether she should be a candidate for parliament.
Yes.
And as you said, she may not be facing those Makoka charges anymore, but she is still facing a very serious
UAPA
charge, yes, which is terrorism. And therefore, Kumar Ketkar, your first, reactions to, to this development today?
Well, actually, the point is very simple and very clear, instead of going into details of legal wrangles, which have been correctly brought forward. But the point is, the goalpost in 2014 was development, and now suddenly it is Hindutva, and suddenly national security. So even from the point of view of national security, Pragya cannot be the candidate, though she can be technically, she is allowed to contest. But everybody knows, people like me, who have actually talked in detail with Mr. Hemant Karkare and have seen the evidence that he had collected on these questions. And Rohini Salian has mentioned in public, and Julia Riborio has also mentioned in public, and all that is in public domain. And it is absolutely surprising, strange and shocking that she is going to contest despite the charges. She is not on bail by clean chit. She said, I have been given a clean chit. She has not been given a clean chit.
No, but as
she is
Avi
on
Singh
bail
pointed
on
out, she's
different
on
grounds.
bail for medical
on
grounds.
different grounds.
She's on
medical,
bail for
that's
medical
what I'm saying.
grounds.
She's not been given a clean chit. But she said she has been given a clean chit, which is not true. And those who have covered this entire event and directly discussed with late Hemant Karkare know what were the seriousness of the charges. And in fact, if I may say further, top leadership of the BJP and top leadership of the RSS were shown all the evidence that Hemant Karkare had collected. Unfortunately, that did not come in public domain, but they know, I cannot take the names in TV, but they know, the senior top leadership of the RSS and top leadership of the BJP knew what Pragya Thakur, Colonel Purohit and others were engaged in.
But you know,
and
on the politics
just because
of
she has been released.
No, of course. I mean, she's on bail.
It is
she
not
on
moral
bail.
question alone.
She's still facing a very serious terror charge. Like I said, like Avi Singh also said, it may not be Makoka, but it is still unlawful prevention. Yes.
Nidhi, it is not merely a legal or moral question, it is a hardcore political question.
It is.
That
which
BJP
is why
is shifting its, it is
yes,
a political question.
Absolutely. And I want to ask Rashid Kidwai about that, because, you know, here probably Rashid Kidwai, the BJP thinks that it has an advantage in trying to sort of drum up this whole thing about, you know, Digvijay Singh's comments on so-called saffron terror, Hindu terror, etc. I mean, how does this play out politically on the ground? And it does certainly mark a shift in the way the campaign is going.
I think we are going to see a different kind of campaign. If you see, you saw that how Digvijay Singh sort of welcomed her. Fact of the matter is, Digvijay Singh for last 15-20 days, you know, has been visiting temple. He has got a very different image what he has at national level and what is in the state. And he's seen as one who's constantly not only visiting temple but donating land and looking after, you know, interests of Hindu community. When Kamal Nath withdrew security cover from state RSS office, Digvijay Singh immediately wrote a letter asking him to restore it, and it was restored. He has done this huge, Narmada Parikrama, walking 1100 kilometers spread over 7-8 months. So he is not going to bring all those things about the saffron terror and other issues. So I think an attempt is going to be made that Digvijay Singh will showcase, soft side of Hindu faith and project himself as a true Sanatan Dharmi, as against this.
So you're saying he will not fall into the saffron terror trap? You're saying he will not fall into that trap of...
Interestingly, I think Digvijay Singh is a very crafty... Digvijay Singh is a very crafty politician. He has evolved as a personality. You will see all those Shankaracharya, Sarupanand coming for him, and he claims that he has taken Diksha. All these things will happen. Nidhi, interestingly, I just want to bring one fact that during this Sunil Joshi murder trial, Madhya Pradesh government, Shivraj Singh government had arrested Sadhvi Pragya not once but twice. I mean, this is something which is it shows a kind of contradiction in the BJP camp.
But Shantanu, that brings us to the point that, okay, the BJP has every right to bring up whatever issues it wants to. If it wants to raise this issue of so-called Hindu terror and sort of take the Congress to task for that, it's well within its rights to do that. But was there no other candidate you think that they could have fielded? I mean, she is a terror accused. What is the message that sends?
See, from Azam Khan in Rampur and Rahul Gandhi to Wayanad, we can debate every candidate from every party, right? Every party give the candidate based on the winnability. It'll be very naive to say just by one candidate the election will become on Hindutva. What kind of analysis is this? 10 days back we were saying national security was the topic. I'm saying if you hear Narendra Modi's speech, Amit Shah's speech, or any BJP spokesperson, national security, their 5-year track record, Hindutva ideology, all are part of a narrative. Election is not won and lost on one issue. So as I'm saying, from Bhopal and from Madhya Pradesh, at least this idea of two ideologies clashing, one which thinks Hindus are terrorists, one where is a victim of this term called Hindu terrorist, and when other panelists say that all are there in public domain, no one commented on what RVS Mani said. Is RVS Mani a BJP candidate?
But Mr. Gupta,
and he has written detail by detail that how they are pressurized.
Do you believe in the Indian justice system or not? She's facing a trial. I repeat,
former Home Secretary R.K. Singh is part of BJP.
Indian justice system and not convicted her. Indian justice
she's
system
being
has
tried
not
for it.
convicted,
She
not
should be-
convicted
should
her.
she be
All
a
the
parliament
Hindu terror
candidate?
theories from
I'm
Makkah to
asking you as a
Samjhauta
citizen,
Express are blasted.
Shantanu, as a citizen, you
All
know,
the-
honestly,
all-
you think
all
that
the-
she
all
should
the-
be a
all-
parliament candidate?
I'm
You really believe
replying
that?
as a citizen also that all this. Why you repeat your question 5 times, Nidhi? You repeat the same question 5 times. Allow me to answer, sir. Allow your guests to answer, even if they don't agree through editorial line.
So why aren't you answering? You were asked the question twice. What's the problem?
So I'm saying the Hindu terror theory, which was coined into. Yeah, that's why I'm answering. I'm answering if you're not interrupt, like you're doing the other guest, right? So the theory of Hindu terror, which was perpetuated in 2008 by Digvijaya Singh, supported by Shinde, supported by PC Chidambaram, it did not go through to the courts of law. From Makkah Masjid blast to Samjhauta blast, they're all bails or acquittals.
Well, the
Not
court
in a
in the
single
Samjhauta
case there is
blast
proper
case has
conviction. And now
has
this
actually
lady
said
is
that
out,
that
which
the
is
NIA
tortured,
did a
which is
terrible
tortured,
job.
which is torched, which is
The courts have
tortured,
come on
which is
record to say
tortured.
that. Well,
there's one
yeah,
issue, of
yeah.
course, that let's concede for a moment, just
See,
for argument's sake. May I
mentioned
now,
about,
Mr. Gupta,
commentary on
may I
CBI,
finish?
ED,
I didn't
and
interrupt you.
multiple times, right? That's
You are
the way-
saying that the government, because I've heard you before saying that the government is strong on terror. Let's concede that, and you are saying that the entire conspiracy theories in
Please
both
also comment on
Samjhauta
RVS
and
Mani's book.
Malegaon, for the sake of arguments, are nothing but conspiracy theories. The question that I must ask is, if I may,
Yes.
you've had the NIA has been investigating, has not filed charge sheets against anybody else. This government has had the NIA and said that we are doing a bang-up job in investigating and solving terror crimes and cracking down on terror. If indeed somebody killed somebody, somebody planted a bomb, if not the people charged by the NIA, then who? You presented a supplementary charge sheet, the NIA did, against this candidate, not the previous government. A watered down one, but still a supplementary charge sheet.
Mr. Gupta?
Yeah, so I'm thinking in any case, I think my good lawyer friend knows, in every case the initial investigation is very, very important. During the initial investigation, if you botch up the case, which you have seen many cases like Jessica murder case or Arushi murder case, if you botch up the initial investigation or if you manipulate the initial investigation, which is done in Samjhauta Express and Makkah Express meticulously and detailed line by line in RVS Mani's book, send me your address, I'll send you that book, or you can meet Mr. RVS Mani, is very much available for discussion. How the initial investigation is botched up, how the names, Mr. Kasmi, Mr. Bilal, they're set free. And if your initial investigation is botched up after 10 years, it's very difficult to gather those clues.
No, I mean, I think his point is that it is the NIA under this government that filed the supplementary charge sheet in which Pragya Thakur has been, is still an accused and is being tried under the unlawful.
I got that point. I got that point.
Right. So she could have been, let off completely like others were, So obviously there's much more to this story.
See, I think.
Just a quick question.
I think lot of us doing so many political debates have had this mind is this NIA, CBI, ED are all worked with the political master. NIA working in the merit of the case. I think whatever course the NIA has taken in 6-7 years, the NIA also taken the same course, but finally they are not able to find a watertight charge sheet because the initial investigation was
she's still facing trial. You don't know whether the case is watertight or not. The trial is still on. She's still an accused. It's actually quite something, Rashid Kidwai. I'll give you the last word. It's in our democracy that we've come to a point.
And I'm saying out of the thousands of candidates fighting, the trial,
No, but a terror accused fighting a parliament election is really quite something, isn't it, Rashid Kidwai, at the end of the day?
Exactly. I think, Nidhi, I've been saying that this is a part of well thought out strategy. Now that the second round will be over tomorrow, you will see a different style of campaigning in rest of it. Tamil Nadu is over, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, all these states are almost through. So now there will be a different kind of campaign for in the heartland and rest of the country, and this is a very much part and parcel of it. I am just intrigued that my friend Shantanu is talking about so many things. He is not talking about R.K. Singh. He was a Home Secretary and was privy to a lot of information. If he is just in the process of cross-checking, he can cross-check with him also.
All right, leaving it there tonight. Thank you to all of you for joining us. It is going to be quite a fierce battle then in Bhopal between Pragya Thakur and Digvijaya Singh. Let's see what exactly happens. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow.